Hello, Starry. Hello, other side of the book. How are y'all doing tonight? Hope you're doing well. Get my camera situated here the way I want it. So, everybody having a good day so far? Gary, glad to see you here. Marty, welcome. How's everybody doing? Doing good, Gary and Marty? I hope so. Other side of the boat. Hope you're all doing well. So, has anybody had the weather to get out and do any hunting here lately? Ray, how you doing, brother? So let's see. Marty's probably got snow. I don't know if Gary's still got snow at his place, but yeah, sorry though. Great shout outs. Clark's Cove, welcome, Robert and Melissa. Glad to have you here. So, like I said, anybody got the good enough weather to go out and actually do some detecting? Oh, sorry, Gary. Get well, huh? Get better. I heard Reed, his family got COVID. Reed's Art of Adventure. Dang. Hope you're doing okay. So, Johnny Smallpepper, welcome. Thank you, Johnny. I'm going to use those clips. I just haven't gotten around to. No, waiting to get more clips. So, you probably have. Yeah, if your sister's got it, Gary, you probably got it too. Oh, bummer, Robert and Melissa. A nice day and you didn't get a chance to go out and detect. That sucks. Yep, here's Johnny. Oh, excuse me, people. It's been a long day. I've been chasing a sick kitty all around the house. Yeah, the weather's supposed to be nice tomorrow here, then after that, down in the 20s again. I would have never thought. Tony, Mr. Diggs, how you doing? Hope you're doing well, sir. We got Mark the Berg Hunter coming up. Awesome.
What's up, Bill?
Hey, Mark, how you doing?
Doing fairly well. How's yourself, man? Doing good. Doing good still.
Doing okay. Yeah, hanging in there.
It's all we can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I imagine you got snow back where you're at, don't you?
Right now, no, but it is coming.
Oh, it is coming. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what they say. It's coming. I don't know how correct they're going to be. I'm hoping they're very wrong.
Yeah.
But time will tell.
Yeah. You know, when I was younger, I liked the snow. Now that I'm older, no thanks. I can do without it.
I hear you. Yep. I like snow up until Christmas, and then screw it the rest of the season.
Yeah.
I never want to see it again.
That's like I remember when the wife and I first got together, and it still snowed once in a while in California before the drought.
Yeah.
Bought a 4-wheel drive. She goes, "You've never owned one before?" I said, "Yeah, I'm getting lazy. If it snows, I don't want to have to put chains on."
Yeah.
No more
Yeah.
cold, right, Robert and Melissa? No more, please.
I remember
Yeah,
doing that, laying on that cold, wet ground, throwing the chains up on the tires and trying
yeah.
to get them lined up to button just right. And you always had that one link that went whack, 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 whack on the inside of the fender well.
Well, like I said, I lived in California and it was only 90 miles. Ah, Jeremy, welcome from right in
Oh,
Alabama. Thank
Clarks,
you.
Ray,
Uh,
thanks.
I
Marty.
lived like 90 miles from Reno, and I used to have to go up for this one outfit and clean the rest stops. Even if it snowed, still had to go, and I'd always
Good,
get stuck behind somebody that had those stinking cable chains.
okay.
You ever seen those? They're cable instead of chain.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, those things, man. They'd put them on. They'd get about 200 feet and flip one off. So they'd stop in the
Yep.
middle of the road instead of pulling over. It's like a half-hour drive would take you 4 hours because of the people. So
Yep, I agree. I remember all that.
you never had to chain up in Susanville, Gary? Thought it got deeper than that up there.
Yeah, now I just buy studded snow treads and go with it.
Yeah. Well, when I was younger back in Grass Valley, California, we would get 4 feet of snow 3 or 4 times a year. So that was back in the 60s and 70s. Then it started declining to where, once every 10 years we got some snow.
Right.
So,
Yeah, I'm done with it. I don't want it anymore. And it's just not the snow we're getting. We're getting like that mixture, the freezing rain, the sleet,
mm-hmm.
snow, rain. So who knows what it's going to be when it finally gets here.
Yeah, it does the same thing here in Tennessee, which surprises
Yep.
the hell out of me. I thought we were low enough that that wouldn't happen, but
Yeah, I told my sister, I said, you know what I'm going to do Friday? I'm going to pretend to drive to work, find a nice ditch, lay my car in it, get out, take a picture, say I can't come in today, then get my car out of the ditch and go home.
there you go.
That's my
Hi,
goal for
Swift.
Friday.
And I believe Bean and Carl are in the house too. Yep. Howdy, Carl and Bean. How you doing?
Oh, there we go. Bean, yeah. Team
Yeah.
Fun Bake.
Yep. Excellent.
You got some good people in this chat here, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah, Gary. Susanville 4x4. I can understand that. Like I said, that's why I bought one, so I wouldn't have to chain up anymore. Even though I used to, like when I lived at downtown and there in Grass Valley in the snow, we'd get people coming through that had never put chains on. So I'd be sitting in the bar and I'd go and make $40 quick to buy more beer, throwing chains on their car.
There you go, man. Good idea. Very good idea.
I always laugh too because you get the guy like I'm sitting there at the bar one day looking out. This old guy's got a Subaru station wagon, and he's putting the chains on the rear wheel.
Okay.
Yeah. So I walk out there and I go, "Hey, Mister, you want some advice?" I go, "That's a front wheel drive."
You can put them on the back. Maybe your ass end won't slide out, but you ain't getting traction, pal.
It's like, but stuff like that. I even had a guy in a Cadillac one time because the snow started melting and paid me $40 to take the chains off.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I was like, okay.
I'll take them off. It's a lot easier taking them off than putting them on.
Oh, and yeah. So, what was you cracking up about, Tony?
Yeah, I was going to buy my oldest kid a car. I can't remember what it was now for the life of me, but it was a station wagon. I want to say it was a Subaru, but I'm not exactly certain. And it had some front end damage. The core was a little messed up, the radiator core set. All I remember about this car was he had the world's biggest freaking snow tread on the back. And I kept asking the guy, why do you have these on the back? You know this is a front wheel drive car. Oh, it's the only thing I had that fit on the back. So we'll swap the damn tires out, man. Let you
Yeah.
know we're in the snow belt. Put the fronts on the rear,
Here's
rear on the
Randy.
back.
Hello.
Hey, Randy.
Welcome, guys. We got Juice in the house. We got Randy in the house.
They're all here
But,
for you, buddy. Which way do I got to point? Yeah, there we go. My camera's backwards. So if I point, yeah.
but so I wonder what Tony was cracking up about. Oh, chains on the back of a front wheel drive car. Yeah. You see it a lot in the snow areas, though, Tony. It's funny. People just don't know. But
if you wouldn't have went out there, he probably would put those chains on and been sitting there going, why the hell is this car not moving?
yeah. So, but wow, 15 people in the house already. Thank you all. Nice. So, and what do you think? You said your last stream with Piper was a train wreck. It wasn't, Mark. I enjoyed it.
Really? Because I don't know, man. Her and I, we just couldn't click. We couldn't mesh. It just felt terrible, that whole stream.
Yeah, that happens. I mean, you're not always going to click and mesh, so.
Yeah. We'll live through it. Hopefully we'll do a better one, not this weekend, but next weekend.
Oh, Rocky Mountain. Yeah, I know the new Subarus have a decent all-wheel drive, but what they cost, they should. A friend of mine pointed out one time, because he used to love Subarus. He goes, did you notice Subarus used to have just a number, like a 1200, a 1600, and 1800? He goes, they were great cars and they were cheap. He goes, as soon as they took the numbers off and gave them names, the price skyrocketed.
Yeah.
And they did. I think the only really bad one they ever put out was the Brat.
Oh, see, yeah. And I was this close to buying one. I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah. I had a couple of friends that had them, and they were had all kinds of problems with them. So, just was not a good design.
Mm-mm.
But that happens. Every car manufacturer comes up with Ford Pinto, Chevy Vega.
The Pinto was a strong car, man. If you got hungry, you just ran the engine, it caught fire, and you sat out there with marshmallows and fed yourself.
Or like a friend of mine, he went through 4 motors before he finally read the manual and found out he's supposed to put multi-grade oil in it. Of course, he's used to old American cars where you put in a single weight. So
yeah,
he kept putting 30 weight in the motor that took 1030 and frying the cam out of them. But
yeah, my car goes really good in the summer, but I can't figure out this winter crap. I seem to always blow out my engine.
Yeah, it doesn't want to turn over.
Yeah.
But it's like somebody's asked me one time, why do cars, seem to last much better now? Better engineering? It's not so much the cars, it's the fluids. You got better gas, you got better oil.
Yeah.
I go, you don't have all that carbon going into the motor like you used to.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, especially the old flat. I did lawnmower repair where you had to take the old flathead motors and scrape all the crust off of them after 500 hours. I hated that because you always get the guys that, well, I should have brought it in last summer, and they actually meant 3 or 4 summers back, and things were just solid cakes with carbon.
That's when you're like, dude, I think you need a new engine. I can't do anything with this.
Yeah. Wicked Digger, welcome. Thank you. I got 19 people in the house. Wow. Cool.
Sweet, man.
Still early.
Hey, we gotta get some more folk up here. Come on, guys.
Yeah, come on up, anybody. I see plugs or Juice is saying butt plugs.
What? Butt plugs?
I have no idea.
There's some things we don't want to know about.
Ron, welcome. Good to see you. Mark Thomas.
Wow, hey, no, it's not. It's Mark Thomas's biggest fan.
Oh, Mark Thomas's biggest fan, yeah.
Is himself.
Hi, plugs. How you doing? Practical Ken, welcome. Thank you, Gary.
Sean.
See it my way one.
Shane, Sean, both give it an S.
Pat, how you doing?
Oh, we got all the good folk in here.
I guess Rob's still at trivia, huh? Jeff's Obsession, welcome. Thank you.
Oh. Can you dig it? Wow. Practical Ken.
We're calling Plugsy Butt Plug now, huh?
Okay.
Well, that's
Well, I
what
wish.
news is.
What's that?
Oh, happy plague doctor. Excellent. Man, we're getting a lot of people in here tonight. We're 22 and growing. All great people. Thank you all. Digger Dan King Clad. Hello. So,
Hey, the chat's really moving too. It's not like stale. It's constantly flipping. So yeah, some good people in here.
and hopefully Rob will be done with trivia pretty soon and come in. So, Johnny Smallpepper, I know you got a second channel now, right, Johnny? Johnny
Oh, really?
Smallpepper too? I think he does, yeah. Joel, how you doing? Great.
There's Joel's in the house.
Joel's in the house. Jeremy from Finding Alabama's in here.
Oh, yeah, Bill, they're all here for you, man. They're all for this guy. They knew he was coming live. Okay.
I know Pat's probably been able to. Well, of course, Pat could be busy making stickers for people, so
Yeah.
he might not be able to get out recently. So I got an idea for making stuff. I got to get me a 3D printer, make some stuff.
Oh, yeah. I would love to get a 3D printer. There's just so much stuff you can make.
Yeah.
Hey, Frederick.
Frederick, welcome. Thank you for being here. Rocky Mountain's in here too.
Did you figure how much money you could make by selling your own coil stiffeners or your own pinpointer latch on your shaft?
Oh yeah. JD, welcome from AF Detecting. 28 people. Thank you all. Matt from Treasure Hunting, Southwest Pennsylvania. Jeff's Obsessions. Wildcat Creek.
See what Shane wrote?
Clark's Cove wanting to come up.
There we are.
Hey,
there he
you
is.
wanted the best. You got the
Robert,
best. The hottest detectorist in the world.
Clark's Cove Detecting.
How you
I
guys
thought you guys
doing?
were talking about me at first.
Oh no, what? No. How's everyone doing this evening?
Doing good. How are you doing, Robert and Melissa?
It was a nice day today, Bill. It was actually got up to like 60 degrees here, but we had stuff to do and didn't get to get out and swing any. So
Hey, Rocky Mountain Life.
yeah.
How you doing, Robert?
You know, you get a great day and then you can't get out and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yep.
It wasn't too bad here today, but I had a sick kitty all day, so I
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, Joel.
So, but the rain's getting ready to come. Is heading our way. Now, I hope it don't turn into anything worse than rain.
Right now, they're saying rain,
saying
except on
rain. Friday
it's going to be a mix. So, yeah.
That's what they're saying here too. Cold and wet and
Hey, Juice.
nasty, kind of like my first ex-wife.
18 Clan Bay.
Hey, Dennis. Treasure Hunting SWPA. No, that ain't Dennis. That's
Are you sure we didn't have the same first wife?
Oh,
Yeah, probably.
and I need your address, Treasure Hunting SWPA.
Yes.
You need to get a hold of us and give me your address.
Maddie's here. Is that Matt?
We all need to be tough like Juice. He's out there detecting in the snow.
That's sad. I'm
Hey,
terrible.
Matt's in the house. What's up,
Matt.
Yeah.
Matt.
Yeah.
Yes, Matt.
You know who needs to come live? Matt. We need to get him up on this TV.
Yes.
Yeah,
He
Matt.
never does.
Let me throw the link back in there. Come on, computer.
Matt, come on up, Matt. Say hi to everybody.
Come on.
If we missed saying hello to anyone, we didn't
Come
mean
on
to.
down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right.
Oh. I knew he wasn't gonna come up. What's he say? No, I'm always tongue tied.
Dominoes falling over there.
You tongue-tied?
Not Matt. No. Not Maddie.
I see that See It My Way one is in
Hey,
chat.
Shane.
Hey, Shane.
Yeah, Shane.
Okay, I got to first go here, people. My cat's laying here sleeping, snoring. He's never snored before.
That could be a good thing or a bad thing.
I watched
I
my
didn't know
cat
cats
open. Watched Annabelle open the doggy gate today for the first time.
did.
Yes.
That was funny to watch.
Yes.
Now that was. She's too. That's too smart when they can start opening the gates like that.
Cool. What's funny here is I got a gate outside my door here because I got one cat that I can't let out because he attacks one other cat in the house. But we
Oh,
had a bunch of kittens that we've been homing out and kept two of them, but they're so small they'd run through between the slats in the fence and gate. Well, now they're getting too big to do that. They're almost sticking, so they got to jump over it.
Oh, that'd be funny to see. A cat running full speed. Boom, 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 just
Yeah.
gets stuck right in the gate.
What happened yesterday? I got one. I thought he was going to get stuck because he stopped for a minute right through the hole, and it's like, oh no, and then boop. Your cat will chase life from the walls. Shane said he'd jump up right now, but he's in his underwear.
oh gosh.
We're not going to see you in your underwear, Shane. You know, don't be showing us that part.
Shane, I only have a top on. I don't have any pants on, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, Mark's sitting there commando. Remember
That's right. I got no pants on.
And I would have never known that unless you told me.
See?
See?
Oh shoot.
Shane, we've never said anything when you're in the meetings and you're wearing your wife's blouses and stuff, you know. Why would we say anything now?
Oh my goodness.
Let it hang, Shane. That's what Juice said. Let it hang.
What do you mean that poor chair, Happy Black Doctor? I got a towel down. We're good. We're cool.
The screen stops at your third nipple.
Oh God.
Okay.
That's from Team Clambake. I don't know who or what they're talking about, but welcome, Great Finds.
Yep, Great Finds in the house.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
We all seen Shane's nipples. Yeah, we have, Pat.
Hey, Park Rat Pat.
Mark from the chair.
Not tonight, Matt. Like I said, I got a towel down. We're good. I don't know what the towel's going to look like, you know, but still, we know.
just make sure you wash it. Don't hang it back up.
Don't hang it back up. Be like, oh, what the hell's this?
Yeah.
Put a thought in your head, didn't it, Bob?
Yeah.
And everybody thought.
And he better not try it either.
Oh gosh. Yeah. That would not be good.
Oh, jeez.
The other side of the boat. A lot of good people here tonight, Bill. Man.
Yeah.
Yes, there is.
Man. Thank you. Yeah, a lot of great people in here tonight.
Yeah. You know what you're missing, though? You're missing the troll bots. They haven't showed up yet.
Yeah.
You just now they will. You mentioned it. They'll show up.
Yes, I did. I did it purposely too. So I want to see them chat.
What was it last week when that one popped up? Oh,
yeah.
How's the hip? Well, Joel, not good, but could be worse. You know, and here in Middle Tennessee, when it comes to medical care, they take it to a whole new level of stupid. But anyways.
It's always Mr. Butts. I saw one in here. Ray from Ray Diggs Detecting. I can make my towel levitate. So can I.
Gary, I'm on Wi-Fi here. I still get the bot.
No examples, please.
Please, no.
Nah.
Brian B. Higgles, welcome.
Oh, Brian's here.
Brian.
Yeah, Silver Surfer,
B.
welcome.
Yeah, I noticed my camera was starting to drift down, so I had to push the screen back a little bit. Bill, whatever possesses you to let me up on these streams?
Why not?
Oh, shoot.
Because we
I
have
wish
a
you
lot
could
of
talk
fun.
like this
That's
when
why.
Piper's are here, but I won't talk like this in front of Piper. Yeah, I just do when she's not here.
Oh.
We only talk like this when we get around you guys.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Mark has that
Otherwise-
effect on people.
Otherwise, we're really good.
I'm an angel most of the time, but when Mark comes up,
Yeah, right, Bill.
See?
Uh,
See? Mark, yes.
All this tells me is a bunch of crazy folk like to treasure hunt. That's all we do. That's
hey, man,
us.
hey,
Yeah.
quit poking me in my
Mark.
ear there. Finger
Trouble
in my
makes
ear.
the truck, Ken. But
Oh gosh.
yeah, 26
Going
people.
back to editing, but listening. Oh, Brian, you have no idea what happens when we all get together. It's right now we're keeping it R-rated. Can you imagine if we didn't have to worry about little kids watching this later?
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Hi Don. That's why I mark all my stuff. It's in the deal says not for children. Just in
Me too.
case.
Yep. Always.
Yeah.
Not for children, no sampling, nothing. It's my clip. Don't touch it.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom Riley.
Do you have any tips on getting rid of pinpointer interference on the simplex? I'll be honest with you. That is why they put the mute button on the simplex. I'm honest. I'm being serious because it was interfering with other detectors and other pinpointers. So really, instead of trying to find a fix, they said, let's put a mute button on it. Can't hear it now, can you?
Okay.
Solved the problem.
Silver Surfer says go X-rated.
No, it's okay.
You know what
Nah.
I have to keep making certain my camera's back far enough and it's tilted back far enough so it doesn't drift forward.
Silver Surfer, say there's two types of dating sites: great expectations and no expectations. We're the latter. There would be no
Yeah.
expectations.
Oh shoot.
Yep, we're just like we are in real life. This is the way we are.
Swing
Yeah.
that thing. Welcome.
Swing that thing. Yep.
Yeah.
Dang. I'm wondering. There's a Tortuga Lisa. Excuse me. No new channel. Found her yesterday when she was in Beans Live. Great channel. Everybody should go check her out. So
Can you drop the link?
I can't do it from StreamYard because
Oh, that's right. You're in StreamYards. Yeah.
I know if somebody is a moderator. Who is my moderator? Moderators in
I don't see any moderators in here, Bill.
Oh, Sludge is a moderator.
Someone's link. Yeah. I do good to drop my own link sometimes.
Yeah. Well, not only that, especially when I have this weird version of Windows 10 over 7 on Edge, and I'll go to put a link in, and it doesn't show the channel link; it shows a video link.
Wow.
Yeah. It never works right, so I try not to use it because it just doesn't work. But it's Tortuga Lisa.
Yeah.
So
I'll try to remember that
Oh.
after we're done.
Yeah, go check her out. Great channel. She's in Prescott, Arizona. She detects with it's Tortuga Lisa, Randy. And
Hey, Ken, you'll have that, man. I'll wake up one day and I'll have, I don't know, like many subscribers, and I'll wake up the next day and I got like none. It's just YouTube. I don't know what they're doing. They're just messing with the algorithm, I think.
Tell me,
But no,
Doug.
congrats, man, on being 15 away from 500. Work.
Yeah.
Excellent.
right there, guys. I just typed it in.
Oh, did you get it? There it is.
Yeah, I just typed it in. Thank you, Ken.
Ken got it, yeah.
And he's only 15 away. Yeah. She does a lot of stuff. She's not new to metal detecting, but she is new to posting metal detecting videos. She's only got a couple.
Okay.
But she uses old lights, and her son just gave her a gold book too. But and she does it all from her phone right now. She doesn't have a computer. Doing really well.
Where's she from, Bill?
Prescott, Arizona.
Okay.
That's where she's at. So.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine doing it all on my phone. I couldn't. I know a lot of people do, but I can't. I need a computer.
Yeah, my phone, the camera on my phone is so crappy. I can't use mine for that stuff. I mean, Silver Scorpions in the house. Welcome.
Okay, I'm going to jump off because I really got to pee, and I really don't want to get up with my camera on.
Thank you.
Thanks for thinking of us.
Yes,
Mark.
Yeah,
thanks
sorry.
for
Had to
thinking
think
of
of you guys. So I'm going to take off. Bill, great stream. Rob, Melissa, it was good seeing you guys again.
You too, Mark.
Hey, just have a good night, all.
You too.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you.
You too, Mark.
See ya.
Later.
Oh,
I love him. He has such a great attitude.
yeah, he does. I love Mark.
He
I
seems
love
like
everybody. Everybody in here
cool
is
dude.
great.
Yep.
And it takes a lot for me to call someone a cool dude.
Well, there's a lot of great people in this community.
Marty Verstow.
Hey, Marty.
Yeah, Marty Vistral's in here, and there's Gary Swing. I think all great people. Everybody. I love brunch with beans. That is fun too. That is so much fun going into those.
Yeah,
Yes.
we don't get in there as often as we like. 10 o'clock in the morning is, I ain't going to say hectic around here, but it's just we're back and forth. So
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. But when we're in there, we always have a awesome time.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Bean is a great host.
Oh yes.
She
Yes,
is.
she is.
She definitely keep you
Great
laughing, for sure.
Yep. Keeps you in stitches.
Yeah.
Doug McClure, how you doing, Doug?
Hey, Doug.
Hey, Doug.
He's a cover for life.
Number 10 right there.
Yeah, number 10.
Sure.
And like I said, I'm number 7. That's 3 number 2s and a 1.
There you go. There you go.
Oh man. Yeah,
Well,
Susie Q. Susie Q earned it, I think.
Yeah.
Yep. We've been waiting for the right time to give that to her, so it just worked out perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope she gets better, man. I mean,
Yeah.
And Park Rat Pat, yes, he
number
is.
3. Yes,
Cover
he
for
is.
life, number 3.
Yep. And he's been there with us for a long time.
Yes. I mean,
Yeah.
You're the meaning in my life. You're the
God.
inspiration.
His head, Melissa, he's sitting there and his head's going. You know that.
Yep.
Yep. Finders keepers.
oh, Doug is, I guess, stripping a 40s Army base medium strip. Ooh, Nice. That's some great stuff in there. Wow. Hot Dog Diggs, formerly.
Hey, Paul.
I forget the name of his. What his channel used to be. Detecting Okinawa.
Yeah, Detecting Okinawan. Something like that. I don't know if it was exactly pronounced
I
like
think I
that.
pronounced right. That's one reason he changed the name. People couldn't pronounce right.
Pretty
Deej, welcome and thank you.
Hey, Deej.
Hey, Deej.
Sorry, Joel. I won't sing it again.
What'd he say?
He's got that song stuck in his head.
Oh,
now.
don't you hate that? Someone sings a song and then it gets stuck there. You'll be singing it all night. Wake up.
I used to do that to people when I was a production supervisor. I'd walk down the line and start singing. It's like, Hubba Bubba, Hubba Bubba, everybody loves Hubba Bubba. Yeah, get him. Yeah. Come back later. You're a jerk.
That's funny.
Oh.
And then even if you try to think of another song, you still can't get that song out of your head.
Yeah, I know. I hate it when that happens.
You'd be like, okay, I'm gonna go get something, play another song, and try to get this one out of my head, and you'll be listening to this song and still
there. Huh? Nathan, welcome. Blackbird, welcome.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I know. That happened so many times.
Hey, Rob.
Rob.
Yes, there's Mr. Thunder.
Rob just got home.
Ka-chow.
Another Robert Clark.
Another. We got 3 Robert Clarks.
3 Robert Clarks in here tonight.
3 Robert Clarks.
Yep. I didn't think. Shoo, man.
You know what?
that's scary.
Wow,
I don't know if the other Robert Clark, Rocky Mountain, is married or not, but boy, oh boy, I bet his wife and me could have a lot to talk about when it comes to Robert Clarks.
There's not enough. There's not enough Robert Clarks in the world. Need a few more in here.
We got a new person in here tonight, the Viking King Detectress from the UK. Welcome.
Welcome.
Hey, Viking King.
Yep.
Excellent.
Thank you, SWPA.
Ezra, how you doing?
Yep, easy digging. And Looter 8, welcome.
Yeah. Denise says 1 Robert Clark is enough.
Oh, gosh. You know what? There's times I have to agree with Denise.
Oh.
No, that is funny.
And the couch is down there, you know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the couch is down there.
Oh, man. Let's see. I mean, we just got, there's a great crew in here tonight. Everybody. Dang.
Definitely.
How many do you have, Bill?
Just dropped down to 30. Had 33 a minute ago.
Wow.
That is.
What I'm looking at is the Viking King Detectress. Now I got to remember to check out his channel if I haven't already. I got so many detecting channels all over the world. I can't remember who I'm,
That's me.
Yeah. It's very hard, isn't it?
I'll see someone that I think's new, and I'll be like, go over to their channel, and I'm like, oh wow, I'm subbed to them already.
Yeah.
And it makes you feel like this.
Yeah, and then you're like, feel like that because you're like, it happens. It happens.
That's like I know I got to start doing some more of these shout outs for new channels again. I haven't done it in a couple of weeks, but what was bugging me, I'd go somewhere and think, oh, they've only got 3 subscribers. And of course I'd see Cynthia Swearingen. What? She's already beat me to it. They've only got 2 videos out or 1.
Yep.
So 1. I got 1 channel she hadn't found yet. I was the first subscriber. But know, it was amazing. You know, you get all these new channels, and they've had videos out for a while. And then you see somebody, like Chocolate Cherry Coins have been subbed to them for 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But also, it's getting. I mean, there are so many detecting channels now compared to a couple of years ago. Wow.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Jason, well, we're back up to 33. We got BC Treasure Trails in the house.
It's amazing
Too. I mean,
just since we become a channel, and we're just, you know, a little 2 years and a month. How many new channels since we've become a channel? It's amazing. How many have popped up here and there, and probably even more that we just don't even know about.
Exactly. You know, I try to find only the ones here in the U.S. and some in the U.K., but I'm getting more and more. Like the other day, I got subbed by a guy in South Africa.
Mhm.
So I subbed him back, of course, you know. And it's like, wow, that's 3 of them I have out of South Africa, 3 metal detecting channels.
That's cool.
So it's like, and I got them in the
Mm-hmm.
Ukraine, United Kingdom, Croatia, Russia,
Philippines. Where's Indonesia?
Yep.
Indonesia, Malaysia.
Oh my goodness. Iceland. I have people watch me in Iceland and Scotland. Yeah.
Doggone it. I was
It
just
is
in a
amazing.
stream. Can't remember whose stream I was in, but they asked everybody in it to go check out a guy in Scotland, and I forgot the name of the channel already. Doggone it. So, oh well, I'll remember it. I'll have to go back to that stream and find it.
That's what we end up having most of the time.
It's just amazing. Oh, Thor's Treasures. That's another one. Forgot all about him.
I have problems just keeping up with my main channels without adding new ones. I mean, it gets way overwhelming sometimes.
It does. I know. Well, I do like what Deej and a few other people said. She goes, "What you do is watch the ones that watch you first, and then if you have time, go check out the other ones." Yeah.
But it's not that we don't know they're out there. I mean, it's just everyone pretty well understands that stuff. I mean, we all have channels. We all know you just can't watch everyone that's watching you all the time. I mean, it's just how it works.
Yeah.
It's not that we ignore you. It's just, and we appreciate everyone that does take the time to come and watch us. I wish I could return it in favor sometimes, but sometimes you just can't. I mean,
you can't.
And then we have to battle. We have to battle our internet.
Yeah.
5 o'clock every evening.
The fact that we're on here this long is amazing.
I mean, we're off and on every 5 to 10 minutes every evening, and 10 o'clock of the morning.
It starts
and
like
it starts.
clockwork.
Jeez.
Yeah, because your internet's getting overloaded from everybody being on it when they get off of work. So,
right.
It is. It's,
so I understand that. Yeah. Oh, Jeremy from digging up the Carolinas. Dig it, dude.
Welcome.
Yeah. Rob says, I agree. After a few weeks, I have less channels to worry about. You do. I mean, there's, what gets me is I get subbed by these channels that have nothing to do with metal detecting, and it's a channel. I go check them out. It's nothing I'd ever be. I mean,
we know. Yeah.
Yeah.
What would I care about Indonesia fashion? So I'm not going to watch that. So,
exactly. Yep.
like,
now I do get some that's cooking channels from overseas, like from Japan and China, and now I love the cooking channels. They have some. Oh my goodness!
Yeah. Well, that's something you can use. You can watch it, learn, and use.
Right.
But, like I said, fashion channels from other countries, like, What am I going to, stuff like that. It's really weird sometimes. Or, God, I can't think of her name now. This lady watched a few of my videos on my channel, and she's in Malaysia, and she has a home show where I can't even remember what she talks about it, but it's all fashion related. It's like, lady, look at me. I'm a 65-year-old white guy in America. I'm not really.
Yeah,
You know?
definitely.
But you get a lot of that, just like, oh my God, I'm never going to watch this. So, and yet I go back just to check, and I'm still subbed to them, even though I never watched anything. Yet I'll sub a metal detecting channel and lose it the next day if I don't watch the video all the way through. Yeah, I don't get it.
Just one of those silly things, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cynthia cloned herself, says Joel. That's how she gets to all of them. She cloned herself. 34 people in the house. Thank you. Thank you all.
That's awesome, deal.
Yep, definitely.
And like
That is
Mark
awesome.
said, they're all here to see you.
Elma,
I
the
see
Bayon.
Marlon come in.
Hey, Marlon.
Welcome, Marlon.
Marlon, welcome.
Marlon
She
is the
wants a little naughty
man.
time with Bill. Who are you talking about, Juice?
She wants a little naughty time with Bill.
Yeah, it's like, oh, who are you talking about?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. There's the man.
Hey, Rob.
Marlon
Hi,
is the
Rob.
man.
Yeah.
Now you're the man.
Now you're the man.
I don't know why, but when this switches from the YouTube page to the StreamYard page, my sound goes down by about 50%.
Huh.
Don't know why.
Oh, geez, the lady subscriber. Well, looked like a lady. Might not be in this day and age.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that.
Yeah. That's like I'm ready to shut down my Instagram account because all I'm getting is this site is following this like 40 different sites, and they're all, women's porno sites where they want you to pay to watch them undress. No, come on. I hate that crap. You can't get rid of them. You can't delete it. God.
Wow, swing that thing. I haven't seen Princess Bride in 30 years.
Princess Bride.
Oh,
What
my
is
God.
our temperature down here, Mr. Joel asked? Joel, we were around 68, 69, 70 today. It was absolutely beautiful. Went out detecting all afternoon with Dalton and a guy in our club named Mike. And tomorrow it is supposed to be between 77 and 80 here.
Okay,
Just
wait.
absolutely beautiful.
Anybody
We're
want to be?
Yeah, I have nothing to say.
I have nothing to say. I'm frozen. No,
But
actually,
anyway.
today
It was nice here today.
it was nice.
Well,
here.
in July, in July, Robert, when it's 110 here, and you guys are telling me it's like 68 in the shade, I'll be envious of you guys. So
But swing that thing. You talk about the Princess
Thank you,
Bride.
Rob.
That's where my name PAPAPROUS comes from. I mean, my daughter who loves that movie. We're both cheese fanatics. I'm Papa, her father, and Rouse. If you remember from the Princess Bride, they had rodents of unusual size. Well, I'm 6'5", so I'm a rodent of unusual size. So I'm Papa Rouse.
sorry, Marty. Sorry, everybody else that's bemoaning their temperature. That's why I live in Florida, guys.
Russian Digger said, oh, Tortuga Lisa is here?
Yeah, Tortuga
Welcome.
Lisa, welcome. Good evening.
Yes. She's
Hey, you're not stopping in 5 minutes before we knock off.
no. Yeah, Lisa is new to the community as far as detecting videos. She's been detecting for what, 15 years now, I think you said, Lisa. So, and anytime you ever
And
feel like coming up,
Russian Diggers here. Welcome.
Russian Digger. But
Right.
Lisa, anytime you want to come up and talk about your channel and what you into and all that, go right ahead. That's what I'm here for. I let people come up, say, I even let Mark the Burger Hunter come up tonight. So,
Hey,
See, Deed says it was 41 and it was great today. See, I don't. It was in the 40s here over the weekend on Saturday and Sunday, and Denise and I didn't go out of the house Saturday and Sunday. We just got the blankets and watched football Sunday.
that was kind of disappointing, wasn't it, Rob?
Well, obviously, if my team's out Tampa Bay, I'm rooting for the Chiefs because my sister lives in KC, right down the street from the stadium. And then Denise's, or then they got knocked off, and then by Denise's Bengals. But Denise is excited as hell. Her Bengals are in there.
Yeah. Well, it's like I'm from California, so I was rooting
we
for
were
the
checking your
49ers.
temp. We were checking your temp for COVID reasons. BC Trails. He's been cracking the jokes tonight. But it's funny, Bill. I wasn't sure if I was going to come up tonight because I am not feeling well as far as not anything to do with COVID. But I got a headache today while metal detecting because I was trying my earplugs out. And I don't usually wear them, and they gave me a really, really bad headache. So
I'm sorry, Rob.
I had taken a prescription pill for the pain, and when that didn't work, I had made the serious mistake of taking a second one. And even though that was like 5 hours ago, it's really upset my stomach and it's made my head all loopy because I'm not used to taking any kind of prescription drugs, though I don't like taking them, but I wanted to get rid of that headache while I was detecting today. And it's just making me all fuzzy headed all day today. And I don't like feeling like this.
Yeah, I know where you're coming from, Rob.
I mean, even when I had my tooth surgery 3 weeks ago, they gave me a whole bunch of hydrocodone, and I didn't take them. I just put them in the cabinet and took my ibuprofen because I just don't like taking that stuff.
same here.
Yep.
Well, I've been a walking pharmacy for so long, and just
Hey,
My
Lisa.
oral surgeon dentist said, "So did you take the hydrocodone?" I said, "Nope, I took one, and I can't take that shit. It just makes my head all loopy because I don't take the stuff, so it hits me hard. It's like the one beer. It's like the one beer I had up at Florida Hunt 7. I was like, that's it, guys. I'm done. One beer, I'm done."
That's what Pat just said, Rob. Drugs don't work without alcohol.
Well,
alcohol.
one of the two is bad enough. I sure as hell am not doing both of them.
Hey, Paul.
Hey,
Paul, every time he comes on that screen for the first split second, just for the split second, he reminds me of J-Man.
Yes,
J-Man, yes.
I think the same
I
thing.
said the same
Yeah,
thing
Every
too.
time I see him come on, I think J-Man's here, but it's the
Me
wrong
too.
name.
They could be brothers. Good.
That's a good thing, Paul. He's a nice guy.
oh,
Yes, he
okay.
is.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing great.
Doing good. How are you doing, Paul?
Melissa, did you know he's over 50 years old?
No.
J-Man?
We were on a stream with him the other night, and he said something, and he goes, "Oh, I'm a lot older than you think." I think he said he was like 53 or 54, and you could have knocked me over with a feather.
I would not have
I
thought
didn't
that he
think
was.
so.
I thought
That's
if you would have
our
said late
age.
30s, I would have thought late 30s, but apparently he's got like adult children. I mean, it just blew my mind.
He is just an #1 individual.
Yes.
I mean, that's all I can say. He is just, yeah.
I spent a half a day with him at Florida Hunt 7 because my knees were hurting. So Dalton and Troy took off really fast because they wanted to go hit that field where the guy found the 1830s Largie the year before. Dalton was only like 10 yards away from the guy when he dug it out of the ground. So they wanted to hurry back to that field and see if they could detect it. So they took off really fast. I couldn't keep up with them. So J-Man was taking his time heading to the woods. So me and J-Man just hooked up and we spent about half a day together. And it was just
Get better, brother.
he's just a nice guy.
Yeah. We hunted with him that Sunday and got to hang out with him and Charlie and Cynthia and all of them. And it was just, it was great.
I'll tell you this. I love hunting with Dalton and Troy, but I nonstop laugh when Charlie and I are together. It is nonstop laughs. with Charlie. I'm telling you. He's a serious digger. He detects a lot, but I'm telling you, when we get together, it's just a laugh fest.
Later, Swifty.
See you, Swifty.
Later, Swifty. Have a good night.
Try to eat some bread and honey. That will help. Hey, whatever I can do there, Rob.
So, Rob, you're in Florida, right?
I am in Tampa Bay. I don't know if you know where Tarpon Springs is. About 25 miles. We're about 30 miles north of Clearwater Beach.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Right on the Gulf. We live just blocks off a road called US 19, and on the other side of US 19 is the Gulf of Mexico.
Oh, wow.
So I enjoyed I beach hunt almost as much as I dirt hunt. So
Okay.
where you
And
at?
Robert,
Where you at, Paul?
I'm in Kelowna, British Columbia, Canada.
Yeah, it's nice and warm there right now.
It was cold barbecuing tonight, so
I bet
the
it
barbecue
was.
kept going out, so it was a challenge. But yeah, it's next week is supposed to get +4, +5 Celsius. So, but
We don't do that Celsius crap down here in the
I
United States. You got to
hey,
talk English to us. You got to talk American.
yeah.
Gary, feel better, buddy.
So Robert and Melissa, where are you guys?
We are in wild, wonderful West Virginia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we are about an hour away from its capital, which is Charleston, right outside of Huntington.
We border right on Kentucky and Ohio, where we're particularly located.
All three meet.
Right? Yeah.
Where men are men
okay.
and sheep are scared. So
I will laugh because you said that, Rob.
What about you, Bill? Whereabouts are you?
I'm in Clarksville, Tennessee, just south of the Kentucky border, right next to Fort Campbell.
Wow.
So Bill, how
Okay.
far is that from the Clarks?
340 miles, I believe.
Oh, that's a ways. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, away.
Yeah.
Because it's only 100 miles for me to head up to Florida Hunt 8. How long did it take you guys to get down here, Robert?
15 hours.
Wow. Yeah. See, it's
Wow.
just 2 hours, 10 minutes for me to get up
Yeah.
there. I am
about
staying with Miss
240
Kimberly.
miles from Bobby Henniger. So
I'm staying with Miss Kimberly Creamer, Pat's digging buddy.
let's see.
I understand, Bean.
Yes, we are just big kids with our toys. Absolutely.
Good night, Bean.
Oh, does anybody here watch Curse of Oak Island?
No.
Yes.
I
I
haven't
don't
seen it for a few
anymore.
episodes, and I was
Good night,
watching a clip
Bean.
of it today.
Good
You
night,
know,
Bean.
Gary Drayton's their metal detectorist on the island. He's coming to Florida Hunt 8. He's had a very expensive CTX, and in today's episode, he was using a Knox 800.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was
Huh.
really surprised by that, Bill. Do you listen to a lot of Jimmy Buffett? Absolutely, Robert. That's required down here in Florida.
Park Rat says Joke Island. I agree with that one. Joke Island.
Hey, Mark, Ram Detecting.
Hey, Mark.
Well, you know what's funny,
Mark.
Bill, is Denise. If I'm watching an episode, Bill, Denise will walk by and go, and on today's episode, they found absolutely nothing.
Pretty much.
Smart lady.
Now, honestly,
7 years
have
now?
they ever found anything there?
They've
Honestly,
gotten
Well, they found that cross that they thought was 700 years old that I remember we could buy in a hippie shop back in the 70s. But you know, I mean,
yeah, they got the lead cross that they supposedly linked to the Knights Templar. They have gotten 5 or 6 coins from the detecting, but I don't think they've ever. They might have pulled up a couple buttons and some manuscript pieces from all the tunnels and the drilling they've done, but the only actual jewelry they've gotten has been from Gary Drayton, the metal detectors. That's why I keep saying on that show, the only guy that finds anything on that island is the guy with the metal detector. And
And he don't find that much, so he just doesn't. He
Well, yeah,
found the
considering how
cross.
many people were supposedly on that island with treasure, finding 2 or 3 coins a year is not real encouraging.
No.
No, not at all.
Not only does
Especially the ones he found
Paul
weren't
sound
that
like an air
old.
traffic controller, he looks like an air traffic controller with that headphone on.
A couple of years ago, I went to back in 2019. There was a competition hunt in Toronto, Canada. I was visiting family in Ontario at the time, and I decided to go to this competition hunt. That's under Radio World in Toronto, and that's where I met Aqua Chigger and Relic Recoverist. They were there for that hunt.
Oh, Jocelyn.
Yeah, Jocelyn, and I also met Deej. If you ever watch Deej's channel, she's got a photo on the back wall, and I'm in that photo with it's a group of people.
Very
and then
cool.
I also,
I've had the privilege of hunting with Deej when she came down here to Orlando area to visit her brother. I drove over to Orlando, which is about 2 hours away, and we did some door knocking in a little suburb town of Orlando. And the two of us went 5 for 5 door knocking, and she had a great approach to door knocking. It opened a lot of doors, and Deej and I had an absolute blast meeting each other the first time. So I've got to hunt with Gypsy, Zero Discrimination on Clearwater Beach. Her and her partner come down to Clearwater Beach. They have her mother-in-law's got a place on Clearwater Beach they use every week or every year, once a week. And I got to meet her, and I got to hunt with Kurt from the Hoover Boys when I was up in Maryland 3 years ago. He got 200 acres, and I was his club meeting, and he asked every single guy in the club, "Hey guys, I got Saturday off. I've got 200 acres up in northern Maryland. Who wants to go?"
Thanks.
And not a single guy in his club raised their hand, and I went, "I'll go." And he said, "Rob, give me your number." And he texted me that Saturday morning, gave me the address. I didn't care that it was a 2-hour drive away. I got to go hunt 200 acres with Kurt from the Hoover Boys. So,
I also got to meet
3 of the 5, and they were just nice guys.
Yeah, I also got
Gypsy. Everybody I've met and hunted with has just been great people.
Yep.
Hey, Dawn.
I also got to meet Karen, Metal Pirate Girl, if you know her.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
she's got that running live stream now on the
birds.
bird feeder. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you ever want to just be relaxed and chill out,
You can watch that 24/7.
But yeah, I can say the same thing, Rob. You know, I have
late for my first sleep. LOL.
we haven't got to hunt with a lot of different channels, but the ones we have hunted with have been great. Yeah.
Jim Steele, welcome.
Hey, Jim Steele.
Hey Jim.
Jim?
Jim with
Okay,
the
just
Swifty
wanna
Mountain
warn-
Man beard.
I just want to warn everybody. I just started a pot of coffee, and here in Middle Tennessee, Cracker Jack supplies our power, so it could go out at any time when I make coffee. So, which means I'll be
We'll be here when
right
you come back, Bill.
back.
Wow, Tony, you had a 20-hour drive to FH7, and it only took you a week to get home.
Yeah, I remember that. He got stuck.
That was a bad week for Tony.
Breakdown.
Yes. I couldn't
Yeah.
imagine that.
Yeah.
Ram Detecting's here. Welcome.
Yeah. Indiana
I see
Toad,
Lou
Lou's in the
from
house.
Indiana.
Who's here?
Indiana
Lou,
Town.
welcome.
Hello.
Now that's a guy I want to meet and go metal detecting with. Anybody that picks a beer of the week, I want to meet them and go metal detecting with them.
Well,
Dan,
Jason of BC Treasure Trails, he just lives, I'm not sure how far, but he lives north of me. So I'm here and he's way up here, north BC.
so
So
where's British? Considering I'm ignorant on my Canadian geography. Where's British Columbia compared to, like, you kind of like in the center of the country, or you more
West.
east or west?
West Coast. Yeah.
Oh, West Coast. Okay, you're.
But
way-
I'm in the interior of BC. We're also called the Okanagan, and about
Ah.
So the border is 2 hours south of us, and the border is like it's a Soyuz,
Canada is large.
and it's like very desert-like conditions. There's actually a ghost town in Oliver, which is 20 minutes north of Soyuz, and there's a ghost town above the hills of Oliver that it's called Fairview. It was a gold mining town, and at one point there was more people in that town than all of San Francisco, California.
Now, was that during the same time as the gold rush in San Fran?
I believe so. Yep.
Are you guys allowed to hunt stuff like that?
I have hunted that area, and I found a couple of old silver. There's pretty much any coins that are there are going to be either silver or copper. It's not going to be clad, right? And a couple of years ago, I found a 1906 Barber dime. It's in mint condition, and it was only 3 inches deep. But
Is it very dry out there?
yeah, it's dry, and
That'll take care of the barbers.
the area is very like sandy. There's loads of cactus,
Brad, welcome.
and you can't detect there in the summer because of the rattlesnakes.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Hey, Brad, how's it going?
Here's one for you. Which place has a higher population, California or Canada?
Oh, that's a damn good question, Bill. I'm gonna say
I know the answer.
okay, well, I'm gonna say Canada by a little bit.
Nope. California has more people than all of Canada.
Wow.
Okay. Wow.
By almost 2 million.
How many people are in California?
That blew me away when I learned that, because I'm thinking as big as Canada is, you know.
Yeah, Canada's flipping huge.
Yeah.
Hey, Dep
East or
Spader.
west? What, Randy? Oh, where you mean in Tennessee? Right in the middle. I'm in Clarksville. So I'm not in either good. East is nice, west is nice. I'm in the middle. That's not so great because it's illegal to metal detector now. So except for private.
Yeah, Tom,
property.
he does sound like an air traffic controller. He's nice and measured. And Jeremy, end of March is perfect timing for me. I got all the second half of March open. I have company coming in from out of state, and they leave they leave March 13th. So second half of March is open for me.
Yeah. Now, Lou, Indiana Township brought up a good point. California has a larger economy than most countries. It was at number 5 for all, but it's dropped down to number 8 economy in the whole world. So
It's dropped to 8th in the world.
8th, but that's of total economies. It's the 8th largest one in the world.
Yeah.
California.
Hey,
by
Don,
itself.
Relic Reaper.
Got Relics Rhode Island is in the house.
Relics, Rhode Island. Hello.
Yep. Welcome, Relics, Rhode Island.
Hey, I'm gonna jump out and just go in the chat, but thanks for having me on here. And if I'm ever in your guys' neighborhood, I'll look you up and we'll get together and go detecting.
Hey,
Oh,
we'll
everybody
hold
comes
you
to Florida,
that.
buddy. You got to get down here.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you for coming up.
All right, thanks for having me.
Good seeing you,
Bye,
Paul.
Paul.
Later, Paul.
Bye bye.
Bye, Paul.
I keep trying to get Lou down here.
Okay.
We're just hanging out. Got Relics
Near
Rhode
Fort
Island.
Campbell? Yeah, about less than 2 miles from it, Ken. Less than 2 miles from Fort Campbell. So,
Well, Dep Spader's here. I don't know if anybody said hi to Dep Spader. Hi, because I know
Yes,
I'm behind
we
on the
did.
chat.
yeah, Brad's been here for a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder
says
if
he got
Brad
mail from you guys
Clark
today.
Coast mail yet.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta go. I'm gonna go check out Jeff's Obsessions right now. See if I'm on his.
Good channel.
I thought I subscribed to him last time I saw him, but let me double check.
You
No,
worked
I
on a
have
movie
not.
that was supposed to take place in Clarksville, Ken. What was the name of the movie?
I am now number 80 to Jeff's Obsessions.
Excuse me.
All right, I left a subscription and I commented on a video.
Dang it.
You know, that's something I hate to even bring this up, but when you subscribe to someone, that is an essential thing that you do is go over
watch a
and
little
watch,
bit and leave a comment, a thumbs up, and interact.
interact with their channel, or else that
Yeah,
sub's
yeah.
not going to stick.
Yeah,
It's
from what I
not gonna
understand, if
stick.
you don't leave a comment and click on one of his videos, like within a certain time period, they delete the new
48 hours is from what I
I've heard
understand.
what I've heard, yeah.
Except
Hey,
for
Gary,
big channels. They don't do that to them.
Find anything detecting.
Hey,
Welcome.
Gary.
Once the channel's over so many subscribers, you don't even have to watch a video. You just subscribe to them and it sticks. That's how their algorithm works.
Mm.
Which to me is totally wrong.
Bill. Depth Spader says Canada has 36 million people. There's more people than that in California.
38 going on 39 million.
Oh my God!
Mm-mm-mm.
In a good day,
Yeah.
our Salvation Army could take over Canada. I think I read somewhere that Canada's armies or armed forces are like 1/100th of ours.
Yeah, it's smaller.
Yeah, Jim, you think with all the people in California, it would just fall off into the ocean. And probably someday there's going to be Arizona waterfront property.
Oh, people have been hoping for that for years. There's guys that bought it tracts of land in the Nevada desert hoping California would fall into the ocean. That way they have oceanfront property.
Dan, they've got electric cars now that can go over 300 miles on a charge.
I'm afraid if California was to fall off into the ocean, we would all wish it hadn't, because man,
The effect
the
of it.
destruction it would cause would be catastrophic.
Yeah, everybody jokes about separating California, but you're exactly right, Rob.
Yeah.
Well, the reason they come up with that theory is there's four actually major faults running through it
Uh-huh.
that are big enough that it could actually happen.
Yeah.
So.
Well, if you watch that 911 show in California, you'd think that shit's happening every week.
That's like, you know where the biggest volcano in the world is?
Yeah, it's up there in
Is it under California?
Yellowstone Park.
That's what I was getting ready to say, Yellowstone. So yeah.
Nathan, I do not have a Tesla car. I own Tesla stock, which got pounded last week. Luckily, it's coming back this week. And hopefully, if I hang on to that stock for a few years, I'll be able to get my Tesla car. But my girlfriend got me the Tesla car, 2 Tesla shirts, and a 1/32nd scale Tesla model that she told me was out in the driveway, and I got all excited for a split second. But
hey Rob, did you ever see that movie? Now watch me lose my thought with Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman. I think that's his name. Played Wolverine.
Yep.
And David Bowie played Tesla in that movie, and it's what's it called, Melissa? What's that?
It was the two magician movies that came
Right.
out at the same time. The Illusionist and what was the other movie that came out?
Think.
One was called The Illusionist, and the other one was called. But yes, they had two magic movies, and one of them was about Tesla. And what was it, hun? The Prestige.
The Prestige.
Yes.
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 That was Denise from way over in the bedroom.
Man, it just slipped my tongue. I know the movie. I've watched it a million times. But
I could watch both of those again and again, but it just showed you how far Tesla was ahead of Edison at that time, but how Edison was trying to discredit him because of the money involved in that. But he was able to show how you didn't need to put a power plant every couple of miles. He died penniless in a hotel room, and within hours of him dying, the government came in and took all his paperwork, and it all disappeared.
Yep.
I'm glad to hear that you received our mail, Dep Spader.
oh, did he?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Hey, I sent my $5 off to Swifty. I lost the football bet. Swifty got the $5 yesterday.
Well, like I said, I was hoping for the 49ers to win because go to the Super Bowl because they hadn't done it in so many years, and then they flopped that at the last minute. But you know,
Yeah, I just didn't see Denise's Chiefs or Denise's Bengals beating the Chiefs, and I wasn't a San Francisco fan. Obviously, if the team that beats you wins from the National Football Conference, the NFC, I wanted to see the Rams go because they took out our Bucks. And then I got depressed today because Denise told me that Tom Brady made his official announcement of retirement today because we just went from a top 3 team in the NFL to the Succaneers again.
well,
I don't care who we get as a quarterback. They're not going to play at the level they played for Tom Brady. I'm sorry.
yeah.
Good luck on that permission, Gary.
Oh, Paul, I forgot. Paul from Okanagan or hot dog
Brewers
said,
Prospecting.
all these trivia
Hello.
questions should be a prize.
I'll be looking for that, Brad. Dep Spader.
Okay, so they have 1/10 the population of the United States.
Oh, California? Yeah.
No, Canada.
Oh, Canada.
Yeah, Digger Dan, Pat and I on opposite side of the states, and then I think Swinger is I think he's about an hour and a half or 2 hours south of me. So I have a permission. Dalton and I have a big church permission. It's about several acres. That's about an hour east of us. So it cuts an hour off for Pat. So Pat drives over from the other coast, which gives him about like a 2.5 hour drive. And that's where we've met the last time. That's where we met Kay and her friend, Mary Lou. And so that's where we took them when Kay came down from Texas. I forgot we hunted with Kay too. Another fun person. But
Yes.
a
Yes,
very
She is.
Yes.
very serious detectorist.
She loves
Yeah, I'd have loved to have been there for the fire dance, guys. That would have been awesome.
See, the thing about it is there was so much more of that dance that wasn't recorded because I'm like, get the camera. And she had already been dancing.
How many
The
hot dogs
Tesla
did she
starter
have
kit.
on her thing?
I don't know, 3 or 4.
She had, she's
That
doing the
was
weenie
hilarious,
dance.
Weenie dance. I rolled the 4-wheeler today. Now I have 2 cracked ribs and my shoulder hurts like crazy and in a lot of pain. Daggone, Jeff.
Oh my goodness.
How'd you do that?
Who was that?
Jeff with Brewers Prospecting.
Rolled his 4-wheeler.
Dang.
He do that today?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what it just said.
Yeah, because I was saying I saw him in the stream last night with AU prospecting,
Yeah.
and he looked fine.
Teresa the
Teresa,
treasure
welcome.
hunter.
Welcome,
Jeff,
Drew.
take care of yourself. Man. Ouch.
Yeah, you're not as young as you used to be, Jeff. Remember that.
Yes, Russian Digger, you're absolutely correct. There is much mystery in his life and his death. I'm way behind here.
And Jeff, just lay back, take it easy, and smoke a few more bowl loads every day. Just you know.
How are you doing, Teresa? Hope you're doing well and staying warm.
Here, hold my beer. Watch this.
Yeah, what's a redneck's last words?
Yep. Hold my beer and watch this. I've been there and done that.
Yep. My buddy saw a sign that said, and this applies to me now. When did I become the same age as old people?
Yeah. Oh, who watched the Wootens video? We dig it.
Oh,
With
the one where he had different names for all the kids and the diggers.
And was doing all the little skits of all the different
Oh,
diggers.
that was freaking hilarious.
Wasn't that just phenomenal?
I laughed the whole
His
time.
editing on that was so good.
I was like, that's us. That's us. That's us.
And he was so
one more
accurate
thing.
with some of his impressions. I mean, it was great. I laughed the entire time.
That was great. I was definitely the one.
And it's true
"Oh,
too,
we're
because
gonna
when he
dig
said
one more hole."
when he said distracted, I took my neighbor's. Well, he's 16 now, but when he was 13, I took him out detecting, and I'm detecting, and I looked around the park, and I didn't see him, and he's 35 feet up in a tree. Rob, hey Rob, and he's up there climbing a tree, and I'm like, man, you fall out of that tree, your mother's gonna kill me.
But yeah,
I mean, they just lost interest after 10 minutes if you don't get a signal.
I'm definitely that one that, I'm only going to dig one more signal and then I'm all the way across the field. I loved it. It was great.
After about 4 hours, 5 hours, I'm getting tired. And when Melissa gets tired, she gets cranky and she wants to go.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, just a few more minutes.
A few more.
Just a couple more minutes. And I'm sitting there 2 more hours. I said, you know what? I'm going to find me a spot to lay down and take a nap.
To answer Tom Riley's question to me, hey, Rob, did you get any reactions to showing the Gatorade can? Tom, I had one person say that they used to actually put the powder in a Gatorade can to make the mixed drink, but I don't ever remember powdered Gatorade being in the tin cans. I just don't. It could have been, but I
remember
just
it being
don't.
in cans, but I think they were cardboard cans or
with
plastic.
Yeah, they had the rip ones that you could put into the coolers, into the big orange coolers. But this was a 70s tin Gatorade can.
Wow.
Yeah.
We dug that out of an old 30s park down by Tom Riley's house.
But I remember Gatorade in kind of like a cardboard round canister and have a little scoop in it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And in pouches.
And in the pouches, yeah.
Yeah, that was that's named for the University of Florida's Gators. That's who they developed that for. They're football guys. And then it went national. Oh man, there's some great people in here tonight, Bill.
Yes, it is.
Every week we get great
It's
people
been a
in here.
good night, Bill.
Oh.
Dep Spader says he doesn't even remember powdered Gatorade. How old are you, Dep Spader?
Wow.
Yeah.
Of course, who knows? Maybe they didn't have it in Canada. You never know.
Maybe not.
Hello,
You
Miss
got a
Teresa.
point there.
Good seeing you here tonight. I have to say this, Nathan from Dog is My Co-Pirate was one of my first 20 subscribers. I was a not that I'm an anybody now, but I was a nobody. I mean, I don't think I had 5 or 10 videos, and he was the biggest channel that came over and subscribed to my channel back when I was showing my pull tabs and my zinc pennies.
So, you ought to remember.
Yeah, Dep Spader's 57. He's our age.
Yeah.
You're that old, Brad? Dang, I didn't think you were that old. Wow. Well, it's surprising, you know. You see some people may say I'm this old. You're going, no, you can't be.
Hello, Johnny Small Pepper. Evening. Another great YouTube name. Did you find anything detecting? Is going to be doing a 600 sub giveaway. That's what I was trying to talk about my last Sunday stream there. I had that banner going across. I was encouraging everybody that was having an upcoming giveaway to let us know so we could know about it before it ended. If all you guys watch Adventures in Dirt, which is DK's channel, Ken King, he does the Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening. He puts out every week the weekly finds on the Adventures in Dirt. He used to feature everybody's giveaways. If they had it, like if I was doing my 1,500 sub giveaway, he'd say, "Hey, go over check out FL Thunder. He's doing a giveaway with some great silvers and stuff. Go over check his channel out." But he's so many people are doing giveaways, and like you guys are talking about, the community's grown so much. Like you said, Rob, how many channels have come on since the 2 years you've been doing it? I just don't think he can cover all of them now without feeling like he's slighting somebody.
Yeah.
Tortuga Lisa's 52. Yeah. Unless Jim Steele's gone. If he's still in there, he's the oldest person here probably, and I'm the second oldest. But who knows?
We will be waiting for that video, Jeff.
Yeah.
We are so sorry that you've hurt yourself, but you will heal.
Yeah.
It'll take time.
Yeah.
Rest.
Yeah.
Which I know you've got things you've got to do.
Yeah.
And you're alive. That's cool, because the last person I knew that rolled a four-wheeler died. So,
See you, Dan.
Okay, Dan.
Good night, Dan.
Have a good night, Dan.
Sadly, where we ride at, we've had several deaths out there on the trail from just
Really?
senseless
Senseless
stuff
Oh, yeah.
that couldn't happen. But yeah. It
Yeah,
happened.
Jim's still here, Bill.
Ah, good. I'm not the old
Lisa
part in
said-
the room. Only kidding.
Lisa
Jim.
said she thinks you're 53, Bill.
Yeah, thank you, Lisa.
Idaho Dirt Digger, good evening.
Welcome, Idaho Dirt Digger.
Hello.
Yeah, Teresa, my dad slipped on the ice once going down the front steps on his way to work. This was, Jesus, 55 years ago, and he barely could make it back up the steps and on his stomach and bang on my mom's door, and she heard it. And I remember, this is how old I am. I remember as a little kid looking down between the banister steps on the second floor, and they had the two ambulance guys. They were back with the guys, literally with the white suits on, and they loaded him into a Ghostbuster type car ambulance that was just all white with a little bubble on top. That's back when they just had the two attendants in an ambulance.
That's been a few moons ago.
Yes, it was a few minutes ago.
No, I'm not. What, Jim? Yeah, I am 65.
Ken, I got him another sub closer tonight. I was number 80 for Jeff's Obsessions tonight. I went and subbed him tonight.
I'm pretty sure I'm already subbed to him.
I was sub to him. I haven't watched him well. Sorry, Jeff. I better go check.
I'm gonna see real quick.
Now, does Tortuga Lisa live down in the Tortugas?
No, I
No, she's in Prescott, Arizona.
Oh, okay.
Clark's
The Dry
Cove, maybe
Tortugas
number
is down below the Keys, and you can go camp on that island. And that's something my cousin and I always wanted to do, but he passed away first.
Bummer. Dirt Fish in Illinois. Welcome.
Well, we got Idaho and Illinois in the room.
Yep.
Mr. Randy,
Jeff,
have a good night, sir.
and I'm watching a video.
Good night, Randy.
Randy.
Later, Randy.
Oh,
Stay warm.
Illinois
brother.
gave him number 82.
But Tortilla Lisa says it's beautiful there. So you've been there, huh, Lisa? Or you've seen pictures of it? I only went through Florida one time, and I was so drunk I don't remember it, except for running over. It was the middle of the night. We're driving down the highway. We kept hearing crunch, 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 and it was migrating tarantulas going across the highway.
My goodness.
So
Idaho Dirt Digger, I am already subscribed to your channel, sir.
And that was the other night I made a statement that I think I have a record because I've gotten drunk and thrown up in every sea and ocean in the world. That's the first time I threw up in the Atlantic Ocean was that night.
Yeah, we're a state that you can go watch the sunrise over the Atlantic, and you can watch the sunset over the Gulf in the same day.
Yeah. Yeah, Lisa. Tarantulas.
It's crazy.
That's contagious, Rob.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I've been doing it too. Is your headache getting any better at all?
I want you guys to know, since I've been sitting here, my stomach feels a little better, my head feels a little better, and I didn't want to mention this earlier, but my heart palpitations have gone down too.
Well, now see, therapy, live stream therapy. It can happen.
Laughter.
How often do you detect the Treasure Coast? The Treasure Coast is over on Pat's side, which is 3.5 hours from me. But like I say, I have a surprise guest coming into town that is going to stay with Denise and I. You guys will be blown away when you hear who is my surprise guest. And
Vermont Derek? No, I'm only kidding, Robert.
see, Bill, you're far enough away. I can't punch you in the face, buddy.
There goes the palpitations.
Yeah.
I couldn't help it. Just as soon as you said that, you won't believe who my surprise guest is. It just popped in my head.
My buddy Clearwater Mike, the guy that found the gold coin while he was out in the Gulf looking for a person's gold ring, and he got a gold signal. He pulled up the $5 gold coin inside the gold bezel that somebody lost off their necklace. He got coin of the year last year with that one in 2020. He was on Clearwater Beach like 3-4 nights ago, and he sent me a text, said, "Hey, your buddy Vermont Derek's out here." And I go, "Did you talk to him?" He goes, "No, he didn't say hi to me." And I'm like, "Yep, that's." We saw when Denise Kay and we were doing Clearwater Beach one night, and she came by me and she goes, "Hey, that guy out there is detecting. Do you know him?" I go, "He don't look familiar." She goes, "I tried getting close enough, but he kind of walked away, didn't want to talk to me." Well, on the way back, he kind of angled towards us. So she brings a couple of lawn chairs and we hunt the beach. So I popped out of my chair and we started angling towards him, and I kind of cut him off to where he had to say hi to us. And I said, "I've never seen you out here in Clearwater Beach at night." And he goes, "No." He goes, "I mainly hunt parks." And I said, "Oh, do you know a guy in St. Pete named Dirt Troll and Troy?" He goes, "Well, does he hunt nights?" And I go, "Well, no, he hunts during the daytime." And I said, "What do you mean you hunt nights?" And he goes, "Well, yeah, I do parks at night." I go, "What? How do you do parks at night? They're locked up." And he goes, "Oh, I just jump over the fence." And I'm like, "Nice talking to you. Take care. See ya." And Denise and I just walked right off from this guy. And I'm like, "Well, here's another asshole giving us a bad name out there." But Jeremy, I can get over to that side. I'm going to be taking my guest, who would love to find some of that old pirate treasure. You can do the wet sand up to the water line. You cannot go in the water on the Treasure Coast where those people have the leases for the pirate treasure. You can't go in the water. If they catch you in the water, they'll seize if you find any fines. Yeah, fence jumping and night hawking, Marlon.
Yeah. Worst thing I ran into back home was this one guy that was going through the parks, and he almost got it shut down doing parks there because he would dig a big hole and leave it. And my favorite park has 80 acres of forest, and it had a lot of trails for people to go. This guy would be digging a hole right next to a tree on a trail where you couldn't see the hole till you're right on top of it with a piece of iron sticking out of it and leave it that way. One day I pulled in, and this guy that worked there at the park said, "Remember to fill in your hole?" I said, "I always fill mine in." I go, "That guy's been back." And he goes, "They're all over the place." I went, "Great." That will get shut down quicker than anything in a park.
Did you find anything detecting? That's my interpretation of it. That if you're out there at low tide, and we have a thing in Florida here called the King low tides, where based on the moon, it'll really suck the water out. You can walk out on the beach another 5-8 feet. I would think it goes with the tide line, as long as you're not in the water. Thank you, Tony. We had several people, Bill. We had several people in the Sunday stream, 4 or 5 people that said they'd been to all 50 states.
Yeah, I know a few people. There's only a few states I haven't been to.
I find that amazing.
Or,
I've only hunted in like 5 states: Maryland,
Yeah.
Maryland, Missouri, Georgia, and Florida. Yeah, I've only hunted in 4 states.
Ohio.
Nathan, I
Virginia.
agree. Detectorists leaving messages is way too common today.
Yeah, it is.
Unfortunately, Nathan is right.
It really sucks too.
You know, it's funny. Even when we go into a park, and I'm probably going to say something today. I hope I don't say it to anybody. But we have certain counties and certain cities here in Florida that you're not technically by city ordinance allowed to hunt the park, but you hunt them, and you get approached by a ranger, and you'll either get a ranger who says, "Hey, you guys aren't really supposed to be here. I don't care. Just fill your holes." And you're like, "Great, appreciate it. You know, if you're doing us that deal, you know, that a solid that you're letting us come in here when you don't have to, we'll definitely be filling our holes, make it look good." And then you just have other guys just drive right up and say, "Hey, sorry guys, you can't be here. You got to take off." And you know, they've watched you fill your holes. I was detecting a park in Clearwater, which allows detecting, and we had a guy from the parks department pull up in the truck, and he walked up to me. He goes, "Hey, I got to ask you to leave." And I said, "Why? I'm allowed to be here." And he goes, "Well, somebody going for their lunch walk saw you out here putting the holes in the nice manicured grass. So they made a phone call to City Hall, and you're right above City Hall in some big building." And he says the mayor looked out his window and he saw you out here, and it didn't look good. So the mayor called the park supervisor. The park supervisor called me, and I'm coming out here to talk to you. And I go, "I'm allowed to hunt the parks." And he says, I said, "Can you give me an ordinance that shows I can't?" He goes, "No, I can't." I said, "So I can stay here and do this?" "Yeah, you could, but I'm going to ask you." And I said, "All right, I'm not here to cause you problems, buddy. You're just doing your job." And I left, but yeah, somebody called, just said it didn't look good. So, Deej, have a great night.
Good night, Deej.
Later, Deej.
Good night, Deej.
Yeah, I know where we go out to the beach area where you see a lot of our videos that we hunt the beach area. We're technically not supposed to hunt out there, but the rangers are cool about it. And even then, I find holes out there people dig, and I have to fill them in for them. And I've told the rangers, you know, I have found holes that others have dug out here, and they leave them, and they watch us when we're out there. They know we abide by the rules, but we're technically not supposed to hunt there, but they're nice enough to let us in there.
Wow, did you find anything detecting? Do you really have rangers that carry shotguns?
Yeah,
I got harassed by him in a park, and I had to pull out my detecting permit, and he left me alone. The county I live in, I started detecting in January, either January or February of 17. So I'm just coming up starting my 5th year. What I didn't realize was that October, when they changed a lot of the laws in October, the new laws come into effect, our county had just voted to basically legalize metal detecting in all their parks. Well, you know, the county commissioners approved it, but nobody bothered letting the parks director and the park people know. So I'm out there detecting, and fortunately, I made a copy of the county's new ordinance. So I'm out there detecting this park, and this guy comes flying up to me and, "Hey, buddy, you can't be doing that here." And I said, "Yes, sir, I can." "Well, you can do the beach area, but you can't do the park area." I said, "No, I can do the park area." "No, I don't think so." And I just handed him the ordinance, and he said, "Can I take this for a few minutes?" And I said, "Yeah." And I knew he was heading off to call his supervisor, and he came back about 15 minutes later, and he handed me the paperwork, and he said, "I apologize greatly. Have a good day." And nobody bothered telling the parks. They changed the law. Nobody bothered telling the parks guys. So I carried that around with me for like a year until everybody got to know it. And now I don't have any problem at all. So I did have one guy argue with me that I couldn't detect the mowed grass. And I go, "Yes, I can." And he goes, "No, that's considered the manicured areas." I go, "No, the hedges and the gardens and the your wood chipped area or your manicured area. I said, if you counted mowed grass as manicured area, you couldn't do 99% of the grounds on any park in the county.
Mm-mm.
Now I did do a little tot lot where the guy come over and he said, which they had it posted, don't disturb the grass. But he said you can hunt the tot lot. No problem hunting the wood chips, just stay out of the grass, which I had no problem with that. I mean,
Denise and I went to up there, Ohio, Cincinnati, a little town she lives in a suburb of Cincinnati called Hamilton. And we went up there and you could metal detect every one of their parks, but you couldn't dig a hole. And I was like, what asinine person wrote these rules? So you could go up there and you could try and find surface change. And then the county next to that, you could hunt and dig to your heart's desire, and then you had to, by ordinance, notify the park ranger on your way out of the park and hand over every single find to the park ranger.
Oh, poop on that.
Poop on that is exactly right.
Yeah.
Shooey.
And we've only been told to one time we was hunting a park and the ranger come in there and they did not have it posted. And we looked on the web page and they didn't have it on the web page, but he made us leave. And I told Melissa, I said, it's either because he's hunting this park or he knows someone that's hunting this park and he didn't want us in there. And I told
Denver
him,
is probe only.
because
I tried to probe in a park where you couldn't dig, and that's got to be an art or a skill, because I couldn't hit crap with that probe. It was just so hard. Did you find anything? That's why I'm the curb strict king in my area. I did. I went out yesterday evening about an hour before sunset, and you guys are going to see a video coming up where Dalton and I did a park with Tom Riley, who's in the chat here tonight. He's got a park directly across the street from his daughter's. It's about a 30s, 40s, and I pulled 2 silver out of it, and we went down there. That was like 2 months ago, and we went down there, and I wasn't getting any good signals in the park, so I saw a young lady out in her front yard, and she said, yeah, you can come over to my yard. And I wound up pulling 2 silvers and a couple of Wheaties out of her yard. Well, Dalton wasn't having a good day, so he went back to the park, and I come walking back there. And he's like, I got 4 Wheaties. And then I come back the next time. He goes, I got a silver real deep. And I said, okay. And about 5 minutes later, he goes, Rob, I got the exact same signal. And it sounds like a really deep signal. It won't even lock in. I go, hold on, let me go get the camera. We're going to film this live. Because I keep telling myself to try and get live days, and you just never do it. So I got it from him putting the shovel in the ground and cutting the hole. And he took a nice big fat plug out. And then he had it about this deep and put the pinpointer in, didn't get anything. He took like 4 more shovels out, didn't get anything, took 2 more shovels out. And finally the pinpointer got a little bit of a signal down in the corner of the hole. And he got down on his knees and he looked in the hole, and you could see a little piece of silver sitting vertical. And I put the camera in the hole and you could see it. And I put a little arrow, and I watched how he did that whole dig, how I would have never dug that signal. It was so iffy and so quiet. And I learned a lot from Dalton yesterday or 2 days ago. So I went out yesterday and I did like some 8-foot curb strips, and all I did was concentrate on deep, quiet, iffy signals. And I pulled out 6 deep Wheaties, at least 6 inches deep, that I would have never found without watching Dalton do that dig. And it made me a better detector yesterday. It was just another tool for the toolbox that Dalton taught me yesterday. And so hopefully he won't be 60 silvers ahead of me this year. I'm hopefully going to learn a little bit. So, wait, who are we ignoring?
You're ignoring Dev Spader because he's talking about staying at your place.
Oh, it's not my place. I'm not the boss here. Okay. Deb Spader, that would be Miss Denise.
Oh, and Gary from
actually, I do have my second house, and if I still have my second house this summer, I would invite anybody up to my second house, because I got a 2-bedroom house and I've got beds set up in both bedrooms, so I could do that. I just got to get the coffee maker over there.
I don't know if anybody noticed Gary from Did You Find Anything Detecting? The Sanborn fire maps show in the old days, they showed where the privy was on the property.
Yes, and it tells you whether the building was wooden or concrete.
Yep.
Dalton uses Sanborn fire maps down here to do a lot of research, and they tell you the construction of the building, so they knew what the fire rates would be.
I had
The
to
guy
use
that
those
I
back
hired,
home because that's the only thing they had for the town I lived in. There wasn't any other maps, just Sanborn, but it had great information. So
Jeremy, I'm going to check that out, buddy.
and it's funny, you know, speaking of information, it's like one of the first times I detected the big park back home in the woods. I just hit a tot lot, got some clad out of it, and as I'm walking up, here comes a guy with a detector walking towards me. And I'd never detected this part of the park before. And he goes, "Now you're not going to find anything up there." About 2 minutes later, I hit a silver Rosie that he'd passed up somehow.
That's how it's done, Bill, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got a video coming out where she finds a ring that I walked right freaking over top of, and she comes right in behind me and finds it. So, yeah, it works that way.
And what I really love is running into another detectorist, and I'll ask him, "Have you tried over there?" They go, "Oh, it's just too trashy." "Oh, that's where I'm heading." Yeah, get the trash out and see what you can find.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I got Jeremy's video so pulled up so I can watch it later.
Oh, well, thank you, Lisa. And I'm surprised because you don't even look close to your age, Lisa. You look great too. So, snowbirding to Florida.
Hey, we've only got 6 weeks till spring break starts, and that's when all the drunk teenagers start dropping all their jewelry and money on Clearwater Beach.
Oh,
There you go, Rob.
And I guarantee, with all these COVID restrictions and all these different places shut down and masking and everything, these kids are going to go wild this year. I know they are. Clearwater Beach is going to be absolutely mobbed this year.
Yep.
One of my roommates just got back from Florida. She spent a week at Disney World, and she was really upset because they were out of everything. You know, she wanted to bring back some souvenirs, couldn't do that.
Were they sold out, or they just didn't have enough supplies in?
No supplies. They couldn't get them. Plus, there was a lot of things that were closed down, and she said it was the first time she ever knew where they were just hiring anybody off the street without really any training like they normally do.
Wow, when I got hired by Disney, I had five separate interviews just to get hired.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're not even doing that right now.
It took like a 3-week process. I had 2 phone interviews and 3 in-person interviews.
We see a lot that here. All positions open, no experience required.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like one thing. If you ever noticed at Disney World or Disneyland, if you action, you point with 2 fingers.
Yes, you're always taught 2 because in some cultures, pointing with 1 finger is offensive to people.
Yes.
Yep.
So you always do 2.
That's like, you know, the middle finger here means, in Italy, this means the same thing, pulling on the ear. So, you know, you might get clocked by some guy because you don't know that.
When I worked for Disney, they had a no facial hair policy, and I had a mustache then. And I still had my cop mustache. So they told me, you know, you get hired, you got to shave that. I'm like, yeah, no problem. And then what happened is the Latin culture, a lot of the males in the Latin culture have mustaches, and there's a lot of Spanish and Latin people in this area, and they were hurting so bad for employees that they literally changed the entire company policy that you could now have a mustache because they needed that pool of employees. And now, like they're even allowing like cornrows and afros if they're tight and neat. They used to be very, very restrictive. Like girls can only have 1 earring in an ear. You can only be wearing like 1 ring on a finger. You can't have your tongue piercing in while you're on duty, and you can't have any visible tattoos whatsoever.
Yeah.
Because the whole reason he created Disney World was to set himself apart from the dirty carnivals and fairs that came to towns, and you had your barkers and your carnies and your tattooed guys and your bearded guy. The whole thing was to get away from that, and now they can't find anybody to work, so they've had to change some of their dress code policies. I personally don't like it. Not that anybody's going to ask me to take over Disney tomorrow, but that shit would all be gone if I was there. I liked it back then, but everybody's saying how expensive Disney is now. You can't get in there. It's so packed every day. You can't get in there because there's people coming from all around the world. We think of it as the theme park down the road because we live here in Florida. But when I worked there once, I talked to a guy from Australia, and he said he could have taken his family to the French Riviera 5 times for what it cost him to fly. Just his plane fare for him and his wife and 3 kids from Australia to Florida was $7,000 just for the plane fare.
Wow.
He says we could be vacationing on the French Riviera right now. We could do it 5 times what it cost me to come here with the kids. And and he spent it to come here, take care of his kids here once, So Depp Spader convinced the wife, come on down.
Not just Disney World or Land, or there's a lot of things here in America that foreigners hear about, and they wouldn't come here. Back in the 70s, when I was in high school, I was a busboy at a dinner house in town next to mine, which there was only 2,500 people in the town, but they had a chef named Soule, and he had this dinner house. Well, the first night I worked there, I had to wear a long sleeve white shirt and a tie, and only 20 tables in the whole restaurant. They're all full, but only one table spoke English. The rest were from France, Italy, Germany, all around the world. They came because of this chef. And this was like 1972. I'm in high school, and I was making almost $300 a night in tips working a 4-hour shift, just serving coffee and clearing tables. And yet I couldn't understand most of the people because they weren't from town. They were from around the world. It's amazing. I've run into other places like that, some little hole in the wall here in America that people have heard about around the world, and they flock there to see it. So I can imagine what it's like at Disney World, being that big.
You realize working at a place like that, how much money's out there in the world. You really do.
Yeah.
Like Denise has so many millionaire customers that she works for. They used to have these people take off for 2 weeks, and their house was so big they had 2 separate air conditioning units, 2 different systems for each side of the house, and they would leave with nobody in the house. They would leave the house for 2 weeks and leave their air on 72. I swear to God, I'd walk in that house and I'd be freezing in 10 minutes when we were doggy sitting their dog, and they left the house at 72 for the dog. Their electric bills were higher than Denise's house payment, and they thought nothing about it. It was
Come on.
they just didn't even think about it.
Yeah,
Ken, I
you're
went
right.
over and pulled your channel up too, Ken. So I'll be checking out your giveaway.
Gary, did you find anything talking about Disneyland, California, and Anaheim? Not a good area. You're right. It used to be. When I was a little kid and went there, it wasn't a bad area, but now it's really bad. So.
Yeah. See, did you find anything? Disneyland in California is actually in Anaheim, not far from Compton. That's the thing he made sure he did different in Florida. He built it in. Here's an interesting fact for you, Bill. You were talking about California. Disney World, Florida, acreage-wise, is the same size as the city of San Francisco. That's how big Disney, Florida is. And the parking lot for Magic Kingdom is so big, you can take the entire Animal Kingdom park and put it in the parking lot of Magic Kingdom's parking lot. That's how big it is.
It's crazy.
When I worked there, Rob, it was 50,000 employees, and now, from what I understand, it's up to 53,000. They are
What-
the largest single campus employer in the
What
country.
year? What years? When did you work down there, Rob?
Like 80, like 87 to 97.
Oh wow, we took our class trip there in '86. That was the last time I was
Just missed
there.
you.
Yeah, my aunt worked there, so
We
she
went
got
there. We went there every year as teenagers in high school for what they called grad night. It was your, like when the senior class took your class trip, and they always had. This is how bad I'm dating ourselves. The band there when I was a teenager, the big main feature band was KC and the Sunshine Band. That was the band that was there that night.
Cool
That's
band.
cool. Yep.
But yeah, I worked everywhere except Epcot. For some reason, I just never worked at Epcot. I worked the other three parks and Downtown Disney and Pleasure Island. Now Pleasure Island's pretty cool too because it's got not really underground, but it's got the tunnel system behind all your restaurants on the boardwalk at Downtown Boardwalk. There's a tunnel behind all the restaurants. So when you order room service from the hotel there at the boardwalk, the concierge and the wait staff can immediately get on the elevator and go down below the hotel into the bottom hallway, go in the back entrance to the restaurant, get their food, and zip it right back up. And that's how the service is so fast because of the employee underground hallway back there.
That'd be cool.
But yeah, you can fit all of Disneyland into like one of the parking lots at Disney World in Florida.
Yeah.
So, and the Seven Seas Lagoon at the Contemporary that you see when you come in from the monorail, that's the country's largest man-made lake. See, don't get me started on this. I could do Disney trivia for like 10 hours. Okay.
I'd love to see their new their Star Wars theme park. I mean, I think that would be.
Oh yeah, they took the Disney Hollywood Studios that used to be the MGM Studios, and the lease or the contract up was to split the name with MGM was up. So Disney didn't renew it. They just dropped it. And then as soon as they bought the Star Wars franchise from Lucasfilms, they paid $3 billion for that to George Lucas. And I think that was the best. I mean, you think it sounds like an awesome amount of money, but I think that was the best. They are making so much money on Star Wars right now. It's not even funny. And they redid the whole back of the studios, MGM Studios, and it's all Star Wars themed now, Rob.
Yeah.
They got the Stormtroopers parade, and they got the Millennium Falcon.
That's what I'd love to see. Definitely. I know they have the droid factory, the lightsaber where you can build your own
build the lightsabers. Yep, you can do that.
Yeah.
I keep telling people, I'm a big, you guys all know I'm a big Baby Yoda fan, and I got my Grogu guy right here, and whatever Disney writer came up with that character, Baby Yoda. I hope that freaking guy got a raise. Dep Spader, I've seen some of the small houses going for crazy prices out your way. I couldn't afford to live in California. Average house of a home, and I don't know how to pronounce that, Kiwanala, is just over $1 million. See, that's just insane. How long have you guys had your house, Rob?
Well, it's been up here since what, Melissa? You've been living up.
I've been living up here
your mom
since
and dad moved
81.
up here in '81, so, and
Yeah.
we've been up here since 2012. So
10 years.
10 years.
Yeah, the prices down here in Florida have just gone crazy. We have a house across the street. We have a house across the street from Denise that you wouldn't let your filthiest outdoor cat live in this house. That's how bad it was. I mean, it was
gosh.
It was the epitome of white trash living in that house, like 9 of them. And it took the bank 8 years to get them out. And they finally got out on January 1st. The eviction finally kicked in, and they've had a crew over there now for 4 days with 2 1-ton trucks, a 1-ton trailer, and a little mini front end loader with a claw on it. And they still don't have the property cleaned yet after 3 days. It was that much shit outside, that much shit in the house. And they've been over there working for 3. I mean, it looks 10 times better. But this POS house that you wouldn't let your scroungy dog move into sold for $144,000 in the shape it was in.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I mean, I would have offered him between 60 and 80. Matter of fact, I did offer him between 60 and 80, and 144,000.
Mm.
Wow.
Of course, that makes me feel good now what Denise's beautiful house is worth, but Donner Party survivors buried just up the valley from me. I find stuff from all over the world here. Oh, well, that's way cool.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I was old enough to buy my first house, you could buy a 4-bedroom, 3-bath house in California for about $14,500. Can't even buy a car for that anymore.
When we moved to this area of Florida, like I say, just north of Tarpon, the subdivision next to us was brand new being built. It was a little newer than ours. They had a huge billboard that said 2-bedroom, 1-bath, concrete block home with central AC in a sodded yard for $99.99. And my mother could not talk my father into buying one house as an investment. We would have made so much money, but my father was very conservative fiscally. And when that billboard finally got taken down a few years later because they sold the subdivision out, it went from $99.99 to $51.9 was the last time the billboard was up there. And that was just in a few years. And I was like, you could buy an acre of land in at the end of our subdivision out in the country for $2,000. And that acre now is probably going for 30 or 40,000. Median price house for 845,000.
Oh yeah, Brad, I know. Back in my home in California, which is a small town, just a dinky little lot in town, bare lots over $150,000. And you're talking 50 foot wide by 150 feet deep. You know? So. Yep. Looter 8. I paid $235K for my house 8 years ago. It's worth about $800,000 now.
Property around here is not worth much. Around here, it's not.
It all depends. If you're any state, if you're far away from a big city or any amenities, property value is low. The closer you get to a city and everything else, skyrockets.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you, Looter 8. That's what I did 30 years ago. I bought one investment property 30 years ago, and that's what's saving my ass.
Yeah, I made mistakes. My first 2 houses, I gave them up to the ex-wife to get custody of the kids. I should have let them have the kids and kept the house.
Yeah, I've done that, Bill, but I managed to keep the one house, and that's wound up being what all I needed. But good for you, Looter 8 Treasure Hunter.
Good night, Paul. See you later, man.
Good
Night,
night.
Paul.
Paul, have a good night.
Yeah, I think Bill, we're going to drop off here ourselves. We got some things we got to
Okay,
do
Rob,
tomorrow.
thank you for being up here tonight.
Holy crap, Bill! It's 11
Thanks
o'clock
for having
already.
us, Bill. We enjoyed it this evening.
Yeah, we've been up 2 hours now.
Nice stream,
Same
Bill.
here. I think
Thank
it's time
I
to
you.
haven't
shut
had
down,
coffee
Rob.
yet.
We've had a great
Oh, go
time.
get your coffee.
I'll put a pot on when we get off, Bill.
Yeah,
Hey,
well,
you
that's
all
going
have
to be in a few minutes. So.
you all
It was
have a
Good night,
good.
good
It
Rob.
was
night.
great
Night,
actually
everybody.
seeing you
Bye,
guys.
Rob. Bye, Bill.
Later,
It's
everyone
great
in the
seeing you,
chat.
Clark's Cove,
See you,
instead of just
chat.
seeing a black
You too.
screen. That was awesome, Bill. It's so
Great
good seeing
night
them as
tonight,
opposed
huh?
to just hearing them.
Yeah. Now, isn't that weird? I mean, I understand though, like they say when they come into Zoom, it won't work right. That's like I tried using Melon. My computer and cameras do not like Melon. I can't use it. So
I've never tried it. When the first 3-person stream, I was on a coin roll hunting stream, and I saw 3 guys all checking their coins, and I was like, hey, I logged on. I was like, how do you guys do that? And they said, do you see that duck logo up in the corner? I go, yeah. They go, do that. I go, I don't know how to do that shit. The guy goes, seriously, just watch a YouTube video. You'll learn it in 10 minutes. And I swear to God, they were right, Bill. I had StreamYard up in 10 minutes.
yeah. Read Tortuga Lee says, she says, I bought a 2.38 acres off-grid parcel, a vintage camper, and a 2004 Chevy Silverado 4x4, all for $7,000.
Wow.
I never checked prices, and that's in Prescott, right, Lisa? Now I know some of the other areas is through the roof. Because like I used to love Flagstaff, Arizona, and all of a sudden their prices went through the roof once they quit being a working town. Dang.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that think this housing boom is going to bust.
Well, it's good to it. It goes on for about 8 or 9 years, and then the bottom falls out.
Well, I bought the house across the street from Denise to rehab, and I paid 50 grand for it. And then like a month later, the market fell out. But it took me so long to rehab it because that's when Denise's dad was going to help me, and then he had the stroke, so I had to do it on my own. And then my buddy would help me on his days off. But it took me so long to do it that by the time I got it ready to sell, the prices had come back up though, and I caught it on the upswing, and it worked out really well.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody, I think we're going to call tonight. We still got 16 people in here, but it's getting late. I got to get up early in the morning.
Well, Bill, thanks for having me up. I was glad I felt a little better to come up.
Well, thanks for showing up, Rob, because I put in my title today, my co-host Florida Rob.
Well, thank you. I was wondering why you said that earlier. We actually took second place tonight, Bill.
All right.
We had 16 teams in the night, and by the third round, we were down in 8th place.
Wow.
And by the final round, we worked our way up for first, and then one team got more points in the bonus round than us, and we wound up finishing second. Rob, you too, buddy. Well, Bill, if you're going to call it, we'll say good night. I'm going to go make myself a cup of coffee, buddy.
Everybody have a great night. See you next week.
Everybody, thanks for being here.
Thank
Sounds
you all
good.
for being here. Thank you, Lisa, for showing up for your first time. Thank you, Tony, Brad, Rocky Mountain, Gary, Idaho Digger, everybody. Thank you all so much for showing up. Have a wonderful night.
Take care, everybody.